Hey, what's going on, guys? Another episode here at Coffee at 5. This episode, I'm going to be doing the mini bike. Finally got all my parts ordered. Got the recoil cup, got my new tires. So we got a lot going on in this episode. As you can see right now, I'm trying to set my recoil screws in, because earlier I had this installed and I actually had the screws. They went in, they're a little too long. Should have went shorter, but I bought some washers to bring them back out because they're hitting the fan. I pulled it over when I installed it earlier and it made all sorts of grinding noises. I couldn't figure out what it was. Here's the issue. So I went and bought some washers, so I'll get those on. And yeah, simple thing. So I got the new air filter in. Looks amazing. I just have to drill on the top here. As you can see, it's not on yet, but I have to drill here, put a bolt up through, and then bolt it on, because I did lose a piece. There was a piece that covered the butterfly on the carb, and then that had a bolt into it, and that's where that bolted to. I couldn't figure out how that got bolted to the carb. I was like, there's no holes, there's nothing. Oh, it's been what, since March, since I started working on this thing, so I lost some pieces. So get that going. Simple project there. And let me show you the tires. So the tires I got in yesterday. I ordered them off a website, and I went for the front tire. I went with the stock size that came on the mini bike. And that's what this is. This is a Kenda Speed Racer. They're actually for like four-wheelers, but for this application, this will work perfect. Some really good tread, but let me get the focus. I'm sorry, it's not autofocus here. So this looks really good. This is for a mini bike. These tires are actually big. It's kind of crazy. I wish I could have went smaller. But hey, whatever. So I went with the stock size on the front. And the rear, I went with a 1 inch wider wheel. Tell me that doesn't look sick. And I started getting nervous. I thought it was, for some reason I got the numbers mixed up, and when I ordered this tire, I thought it was a 1/2 inch wider. But and I was like, oh, a 1/4 inch on each side, that shouldn't be too bad. And then I was like, oh no, dude, it's a 1 inch wider. This is a 19 by 8.8. That tire is a 19 by 7.8. So with this being an inch wider, I'm like, oh, 1/2 inch on each side, that might be too much. The reason I was concerned is because the sprocket gets mounted on the side. So since the sprocket's here, the chain, I didn't know if the clearance with the chain is going to hit the tire. But I put the sprocket on earlier, and it like just misses. So I might get lucky. So hopefully I can get the chain nice and tight once I get everything on there, and it doesn't go side to side or anything like that. But I think this is home stretch, guys. The only thing that I forgot to do was get a new battery, because I don't have a battery yet. I kind of gave it away. Tonight I'm going to get the recoil finished, try to get this done, get the bearings and the tires, start assembling this thing, start making it look like a mini bike, because I'm sick and tired of looking at all the pieces on the ground and stepping on them, you know. So I'm going to crank up the heater. Sorry if it's too loud. I might have to shout or shut it off when I start talking again, because it is cold. And yeah, let's do this. Sorry, but I gotta shout. Well, I don't really care as long as the recoil works. I'm not gonna be using it because this does have electric start. But I figured get the recoil on there, and it's more for protection for my leg because I don't want to get sucked in figured if I'm gonna have a recoil on there, I want it to be functional, but I'm still not gonna use it. Just in the back of my head. I'm gonna work on my tires. I'm gonna get the bearings all installed so I can at least get the tires on. That way I can start assembling some other stuff on the frame. so good. Got the foot pegs mounted. So far, so good. Tire looks so good. I found my piece. Oops. This goes to the air cleaner. So all I gotta do is bolt it right up on top of the car and then bolt the air cleaner right on it. So that's awesome. We're gonna install that right now. Man, I am so cold. My lips are froze. Kind of hard for me to talk. Finally shut the heater off, so now I can actually talk. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing for the throttle cable. Kind of dreaded this part because it's kind of in a weird spot, but I think I had an idea that might work. So for the throttle, I went on eBay and I found these fittings. A bunch of these brass fittings. I don't know if if it gets focused. And hopefully one of these will work because it's a bunch of random ones.
Hey, it looks like a mini bike.
It's coming together. Good rear tire on it. It looks so cool.
That's a fat boy tire.
Oh yeah.
That's what that is. That's what that other. Remember, I was trying to think of the mini bike. Looking good.
Crazy.
Huh?
Crazy.
Yeah. Now who's this?
So it's getting late, guys. I finished the air filter and I have the fenders on, just sizing them up, seeing how they look. It's coming along. It's freaking sweet. But it's getting late and I'm getting hungry. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. But I gotta pick up some new stuff. I gotta get new bolts for the motor. I gotta get new bolts for the battery box, blah blah blah. So I'll finish everything up tomorrow.
Okay.
Wish I was kidding on how heavy it was, but I ain't kidding.